We live, baby.
We live? Since we live, I got a question for y'all real quick.
Yes, sir.
Pound for pound, who has the best skill set as a quarterback? We're going to start off with Jaden Daniels and CJ Stroud. No explanation, just give me your answer.
Ooh, that's a little...
Damn. I'm gonna say Jaden Daniels.
I'm gonna say Jaden Daniels.
All right, same question. Jaden Daniels and Pat Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Easy.
Same question. Jaden Daniels and Josh Allen.
Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels.
Go Jaden Daniels.
Same question. Jaden Daniels and Lamar Jackson.
Damn, that's kind of
I'm
I might have to say Jaden Daniels.
Oh,
Accuracy level might be a little more.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think he's only a rookie, right?
Yeah.
And to think last year, I didn't think he was going to be able to survive in this league.
I'm gonna say Jaden Daniels.
I got two more for y'all. Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams.
Jaden Daniels.
Yeah, same.
That was too quick.
Yeah, I like Jaden Daniels.
Daniels.
Yeah, that you could have asked me that weeks ago before the draft. Everything I would have chose Jaden Daniels. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
All right, well, this is the curveball that made me ask y'all this. I heard somebody answer this, and I was like, I don't even know if I can defend either side. Jaden Daniels or Michael Vick?
Jaden Daniels.
I'm gonna ask why for this one.
Okay.
I'ma just say Michael Vick because one, he's from Virginia, and two, I feel like he kind of, I don't say he set up the blueprint, but he's definitely
He set the trend.
Yeah, he's definitely one of those guys that if it wasn't for him, there probably wouldn't be like a Jaden Daniels type of player.
It's tough to overlook a pioneer, right?
It is tough. But also, ask me that in maybe 2-3 years, it might change.
And to be honest with you, everybody on this list that you named is a running quarterback to a degree. But I'm gonna say Jaden Daniels only because of we talking about throwing and accuracy. Like
I'm talking
Mike
about
Vick
the whole
had,
bag, the whole skill set.
well, I mean, personally, Jaden Daniels can run, right? Mike Vick can run, obviously. Jaden Daniels can throw. I think his arm strength might be about the same. Mike Vick had a cannon. His accuracy just wasn't always there until I think Philly days. That was really, if you gonna give
I
me,
would say right before the pen, his accuracy was actually like on point. That NFC Championship game, he was.
I'm gonna go Jaden
He was
Daniels.
letting it fly.
Who you taking on all those?
You gotta ask me in the same manner. my
Jaden
boy.
Daniels, CJ.
I'm gonna have to go CJ right now.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels, Patrick Mahomes.
Patty,
Easy. Jaden Daniels, Josh Allen.
Jaden Daniels,
Lamar Jackson, Jaden Daniels.
Lamar Jack,
Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels.
Mike Vick, Jaden Daniels.
I don't want to play no more.
All right, well, we're cheers to that. Hey, let's get it going.
Y'all.
Yes, sir.
Cheers.
Reincarnated, I was stargazing. Life goes on, I need her, my babies. Woke up looking for the broccoli. High key, keep a horn on me. That come my seat. IP ownership, the blueprint is by me. Mr. Get Off, I get off at my feet. By me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to season 3, episode 10 of the Dawg Money Podcast. I go by Money Marv, aka the Magnanimous. Sitting here with my boy Big Chubbs.
You like it? We love it. Let's eat.
we got Man Drew on the ones and twos. And for the very first time, the Dawg Money Podcast has a special guest. Introducing my boy Merz, aka Marion White. How you doing, my brother?
I'm honored, y'all. I appreciate you guys for letting me join, and hopefully I don't fuck shit up, for the setup, man. But
Well,
I appreciate
that's
it.
$2 you gotta put in the
$2 off top.
Hey, I do
My
this shit
bad.
all the time. though.
My bad.
I do this.
I got you. $2. I got you.
$2.
Man, welcome, man. Glad to have you, brother.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir.
I haven't
Let's
seen
clap
you-
it up.
Thank you, guys. I haven't seen y'all in a minute.
Yes, sir.
Especially Money Marv.
Yeah, I be trying to live off the grid, man. You can't find me unless I want to be found. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I had to I refound you again, but even before that, I was just thinking earlier, like the last time I probably seen you, we were playing 2K, I think, for like 2-3 hours, like
I was
2
probably
in the
getting
morning.
dragged too.
Well, the funny thing is, I thought I was getting dragged.
Bro, I
So
suck at 2K, but Madden,
maybe it was Manny who's playing. I just can't remember. I know we were on the sticks for a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
Real quick before we get started, tell us about what you got going on.
Man, so right now I just been working with my cousin. He's he used to be a caregiver for my grandma, and he kind of blew up on social media for us. So he's pivoted to running.
Okay.
And about last year or early this year, we started working together, and he hired me full time to be his business manager and make sure we work on the brand deals, and he's getting everything that he's worth. So I've been doing that, and yeah, man, just that's pretty much it. Recently got engaged.
Absolutely.
A few weeks ago.
I was about to say, now if you don't say that, I'm
I got it. I'm gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna say, hold on.
I'm gonna talk about it.
Do I gotta call somebody?
So yeah,
Congratulations, my boy.
I appreciate it, man. So me and the fiance were planning. You know what I mean? Which is crazy to say because I would have never thought I'd be planning a wedding, but I kind of let her just take the reins, and just let me know what the color is, and I'll rock with it. But yeah, other than that, that's it, man. Just been vibing, man.
Man, we happy to hear that, bro. We also happy to have you, man.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
How's everything going with you, Chubbs?
This weekend was an amazing weekend for me.
Oh, let's get
What I will say. Look, I got the what I will say, I took off of work just because it was a long weekend. I took off of work Thursday and Friday. I was already off on Monday. So what I did was just basically take some time to cleanse, like as far as cleaning my house, getting some things up out of the house, throwing stuff away, giving stuff away. I went and got a massage. Went to that K-Tronada concert, which was popping.
Yeah.
Just a real dope self-care weekend. Didn't have the kids. They were with their little pawpaw all weekend. Little pawpaw, yes.
Little pawpaw is crazy.
Little pawpaw, because my dad is big pawpaw. So Nick's dad is little pawpaw. So they were with him all weekend. So we were able to do some cleaning, some chilling, some watching some shows. And it was just a good weekend, you know what I mean? Just to reset. I think sometimes it's necessary. So I had an amazing weekend personally. What about yourself, brother?
I had a chill weekend. I got to spend some time with y'all.
Forgot about that, yeah.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time running some errands. In the midst of running some errands yesterday, I got to spend some time with my pops, and it was like kind of just out of nowhere. Oh, I need you. Okay, and I'm going to pull up.
He cooked that steak for you?
No, we was actually doing some work.
Oh, okay.
We had some time to chop it up, crack a few jokes. You know what I'm saying? Said a prayer and went on our way, but I needed that, I guess. So
yeah.
So yeah, I had a great weekend, man.
Hey,
I ain't gonna talk about the money, but
that's
beautiful.
Hey, that's all it's about, man. That's all it's about.
We can talk about these parlays if you want, but we'll save it for the show.
I don't even want to get there, but we're gonna go into the injuries.
I got a good story, but I'll save it.
You got a good one?
It's nothing to brag about.
Let's save it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to it. We're gonna roll over to the injuries real quick.
Let's get it.
Dak Prescott, of course. What did we say about the Cowboys? Throw him away.
Nah, but it's time to talk about it.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
We can get into some Cowboy talk now.
We'll talk about it.
Let me tell you why.
Yes, let's go.
I'm gonna enjoy this. Go ahead.
Watch your mouth, because I see what you.
I just said I'm gonna enjoy.
We're gonna get to that in a second too.
I told him it was a no 49ers zone in here too.
Now, we have a thing, man. It's hard for us to talk to people about football who don't understand it like we do. Not saying I know everything about sports.
Right.
Not saying he does, but I know something about something. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
when you just see people just throwing hate, oh, Dallas Cowboys suck because of this, and it's always Dak or it's always Jerry. It's a lot more than that.
Right.
Those are two factors.
Right.
There's a lot more to the Cowboys that make them trash right now. They can't stop and run to save their life.
Mm-hmm.
They can't run to save their life. And for some reason, who did we just pick up from the Panthers?
Yep.
That's the answer?
That is definitely not the answer.
Bro.
And why we did it anyway.
And we did it anyway. We did it last year. We picked up Trey Lance before the trade deadline.
Right.
He saw 3 plays in 2 years.
Mary was happy to see him go.
Yeah, he was. Well, that's because he was.
We paid a hefty price for him.
Bro, I drafted him 3rd overall just to trade him so he can be 3rd string.
Yeah, we gave up a lot. For him.
It's time for us to clean house, bro. And it's sad to say, somebody mentioned how trading Micah Parsons might be in the best interest of the Cowboys. And I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't be. And it sucks to say that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
because I really don't want to say it no more after today, but like I kind of get it the way they brought it to me. So,
and let's put a pin in that because I want to bring that up too, just because you say that, because I think it's a little bit more than just him at this point. Hold a pin in that.
I don't think he's a problem at all. It's
no, not that he's a problem.
What we can get from him.
Yeah, absolutely.
To rebuild because
we need it.
We need to. And then like I heard one more thing, and then I'll let you go ahead and take it from here. I heard another theory that the Cowboys, not a theory, but a suggestion, the Cowboys should tank the season to draft Shedeur Sanders.
We already tanking. What are you talking about? We tanked. We tanked. We tanked already, man.
No, we didn't tank it for a few years.
We didn't tank purposely. We just sucked because of bad decision making.
Right.
But I don't think that's a good idea. I wouldn't hate it though, but whatever it takes to win, I'm game. But what they've been doing the past couple years, I ain't with none of that bullshit.
Yeah, we're going to get to that too. Yeah, we're going to get to that too. That's in here.
From here.
That's in here.
I'll talk to them.
NFL injuries. We're going to roll over to that real quick.
Yeah, we did Dak.
Dak Prescott out for the season with a hamstring injury. Opted for that surgery. That was on today's news. Today is Tuesday.
He's actually having that surgery today too.
Yeah, that was quick. Drake London out. I want to say he's out for about another good 4 weeks, possibly.
They putting him in IR?
I want to say he was on IR. We'll have to verify that just right now.
I hope not. I kept him on parlay.
Amari Cooper still out with the wrist. I don't think he'll be out too long though. They have a bye week coming up after this week, so they'll be all right with him coming back. And then you also have Chris Olave, who is on IR with concussion. I don't believe he's coming back for the season.
I don't think he should.
With that second concussion. Yeah, it's crazy.
So. I mean, I think that's his 5th career-wise too. So I don't know. I mean, you look at Tua.
You put them in the same boat, huh?
Yeah. In terms of the concussion game, yeah.
Y'all think the NFL might put a limit on to like how many concussions you can get before they pull you for the season?
That's a good thought.
I think they should. I think teams will take it more serious if that happens. For example, like with Tua last season, I feel like they rush, even this season, sometimes you get rushed back into a game just for the sake of for coaches, just for the sake of their job.
Trying to get them.
Exactly. Yeah. So I don't think you should put somebody's health over it. The other side of me too is like football is a violent sport.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, no one's really here to wait for, people
2 years.
They don't want to see that. They want to see action now, especially if it's somebody that has game, just like Olave does or Tua does. So, but I agree with you. I think they should put a limit. They might take it a little more serious. But what they shouldn't do is they shouldn't try and make the game safer in different ways, tackling, which I get it, but I like the violence in the sport.
I love it, man. I was talking to my pops the other day. I was kind of optimistic about how the new kickoff thing was going to go, right?
Yeah.
After watching it, we in week 10 now, week 11? I hate it, bro.
Oh, you hate it?
I hate it so much. And I didn't hate it until I started hearing announcements for onside kicks.
I think that's the dumbest thing that they did.
Yeah, because the best part of the onside kick was to do it on a surprise.
Yeah, exactly. Even though one was successful, but I mean, the chances of that one being successful is really based off of the kicker's kick.
Right.
You know what I mean? If he get just that right bounce. But the surprise element is what you really needed just to change that momentum of the game. So
if the goal was them to try to
be safe,
to be safe, but to actually have a little bit more action, they took it away with that. They, I do like the element of surprise when it comes to the onside kick, and honestly, I think it leans too much on the spectrum of an onside kick not happening.
Yep.
Maybe they should find a way to put it in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And if the goal was to reduce the risk of injury, they did a terrible job.
job.
It's even seems crazy to me.
Somebody probably getting hurt right now.
Yeah.
At practice right now. They probably sleep getting hurt right
Breaking news, my nigga.
He just got hurt in his sleep. Dreaming about that onside kick. Hey, we're going to flow over to the bums of the week. We're going to let Merz start it off as the special guest. Who do you have as your bum of the week?
Man, without any hesitation, Daniel Jones of the New York Giants. I like to call him Janiel Jones. Word to Malik Neighbors. But yeah, I just don't think he's that guy. And this isn't just bum of the week. I feel like it's been bum of his career.
Yeah.
Last game with the Panthers, and you know, I get it's the New York Giants, but you don't lose to the Panthers.
To the Panthers.
You don't lose to the Panthers.
Not this year.
You know, especially with, you know, you have some pieces now. They fixed the O-line, so to speak. There were several plays where he had time in the pocket, but he just couldn't get it to the player, either overthrow him or underthrow him. Like, me watching Daniel Jones in the pocket is like watching somebody try to pay for a coupon that's expired. Like, it's just not gonna work.
Not happening.
Yeah, so
Let me get that.
it's not gonna work. So I think, you know, for the New York Giants, I think they were talking about it today that Dable is finally opening up to maybe have Tommy DeVito start or Drew Lock start. Like, there's I think that's where they should probably try it out, because at the end of the day, they probably all at the same level. You might as well see who's gonna, you know, take the job a little more serious than Daniel Jones.
I'm gonna back Daniel Jones up right here real quick. I do agree he's the bum of the week for this week.
Right.
However, I don't think a lot of that is all on Daniel Jones.
100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
You took away his best weapon. You actually paid him his money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they can't really build around you because what do you have around you? You know?
Right.
So the terrible offensive line. You have a great wide receiver who I think should request for a trade, but I've never heard a rookie do that.
He ain't
Right.
going nowhere.
Nah, he's stuck, man.
He's stuck.
He
Bro.
in purgatory
At
too.
least 3 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Daniel Jones really hasn't had much to work with, and when he did have something to work with, they were a playoff team.
Yeah.
You know, but since he doesn't, this is what you got. And this is what you get.
Yeah.
And speaking of Daniel Jones, look, I almost called him something else. Daniel Jones. Who is that dude? Who are these niggas? No, but speaking of him, I mean, you paid him. You kind of almost have an out next season. However, you already paid him.
Yeah.
Right? Why would you pay him when you could have just paid Saquon? I get Saquon been hurt, but why would you pay this guy that didn't show you anything from the jump? Like, he came out of Duke. Honestly, he came out of Duke on the whim of Peyton Manning's coach. And that's really what they kept talking about when he was in the draft process, was that, oh, he's been under Peyton Manning's coach. He should be another era of this kind of quarterback. Now you take him to the Jets. I mean, the Giants. Look at both of them.
Both of them trash.
Both of them, sorry, to the Giants. And then you have Malik Neighbors, who is amazing.
Yeah.
An amazing young talent, and he's going to be dope. But he has nobody to throw him the ball. Can you imagine his numbers with somebody actually throwing him the ball?
Right.
With what he's doing now? 22 for 37, 190 yards, 0 touchdown, and 2 interceptions?
Bro, this is
Against
a
the
professional
Panthers.
quarterback.
Yeah.
That's a professional quarterback putting up those stats.
Against the Panthers.
And mind you, I know, you know, the year after he signed his deal, his extension, he had more interceptions than touchdowns. Granted, he played less games because of an injury.
Right now,
But-
Saquon Barkley has more touchdowns in MetLife Stadium this season than Daniel Jones.
Yeah, I think there was a stat that he something about since the last touchdown the Chiefs that Daniel Jones threw in MetLife, the Chiefs won 3 Super Bowls.
I did not see that stat.
Drew, if you find that,
my
you
God.
might want to pull it up.
Oh my God, I
They
didn't
said
see
something
that
like
stat.
that. Yeah.
Please, send that if you find
So-
it. I need to see
The time for the Giants to move on from Daniel Jones. As this is one of the craziest NFL stats of all time. If you're a Giants fan, I'm sorry that you have to see this. Kansas City Chiefs have won 2 Super Bowls between Daniel Jones' most recent 2 touchdown passes thrown in MetLife Stadium. It has taken Daniel Jones almost 2 years to throw 2 touchdown passes at his home stadium. I don't think that's very good at all.
I mean, I'm going to give it to Daniel Jones, but we might as well keep it in the Jones family and throw Jerry Jones up in there too. Because he going to stay on my bum.
every week.
Every week.
I need him to stay alive as long as possible.
No, look,
I need him to stay alive as long as possible.
I'm not saying,
yeah, that's crazy. Y'all crazy.
I'm not saying the Lord, I'm asking you to take him somewhere, Lord, but wherever you take him, expediently, please, expeditiously, because you could take him to another team, you could sell the team, you could, whatever you do, just get him out of there. Because at this point, I think the man is senile. Like,
He's old.
like everything, it's everybody else's
know
fault at
dementia
this
when I
point.
see it.
Everybody else, it's the reporter's fault for talking about how bad he did It's the crowd. It's the stadium. You knew the stadium had
Hey man, you
sunlight.
approved. You approved the build.
I'm just never gonna get over the fact that he felt that saying we're going all in.
Oh
This
man,
to justify the fact that he did nothing to help
right.
his team this year. You can't take a team that didn't work out last year and expect them to get better when everybody else has gotten better around you.
yeah.
We missed out on too many opportunities to get better. We should have called Derrick Henry. We
At
should have
least
called Saquon. Just
text
have a
him at least.
conversation.
Yeah, I mean,
Send him a Raven.
yeah. I mean, obviously Saquon didn't care about or even the Giants didn't even care where he
Saquon
was
didn't
going to
care
go.
where he went.
Yeah.
Just pay me like I should be paid.
Right.
I said I know what the market is and I know what I'm worth. Pay me that.
Easy.
Easy money.
Went right to the rival. And we're gonna roll over to Dog of the Week. We're gonna let Merz start it off.
Yes.
Since he seems like a homer today. We'll go with Merz. What we got, man? What you got for the Dog of the Week?
Man, I'm gonna have to pick, the hometown. In my opinion, like he's a hometown hero as a 49er fan, Juwan Jennings.
Okay.
Shy of 100 yards this past week.
Slightly shy.
Slightly shy. I think it was like 7 yards. Yeah. But he's averaging, in that game, he's averaging about 15 and a half yards per catch. And I really think, he didn't really have I don't even think he had a touchdown, to be honest with you.
No
but,
TD. This was a career game for him though still.
Yeah, one of his top games. I know he had a big game. I think it was against the Rams. But anyway, in terms of Juwan Jennings being a dog, if you look at the catches that he makes, it's in crucial downs, and they call him third and Juwan for a reason. And for whatever reason, teams don't look for him on third down. He's usually wide open, or if he's covered, he's gonna make that catch.
Right.
So I think he's a dog a week for me. Next week against Seattle, I think he could have another game. What I like about it, with Brandon Ayuk out, he kind of slides into the WR2. Okay. If you count Kittle as a WR2, then WR3. But I think he's going to have a lot more opportunities now that Ayuk is out for the season.
Also, and we're going to get into that because I do want to hear that.
It's also taking some eyes off the back.
Exactly, because of McCaffrey coming in. Yep.
Yeah, you can't forget that.
Yep.
Now, me on the other hand, I have a different dog for this week. Not only because he's on my fantasy team.
The boy went nuts.
The boy went ape shit crazy this
week.
Week. I'm gonna have to go with Jamar Chase, wide receiver for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
That brother had we never read out the stats for your guy. The guy had 7 receptions on 11 targets.
On 11 targets,
and 93 yards. So I mean that's great for him, and he's doing better every week.
Yeah, he's progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase, he had 11 receptions on 17 targets, 264 yards receiving, and 3 receiving touchdowns. The boy went ape shit crazy. I think he put up 55.4 points for me on the fantasy league.
I was against him on my fantasy league. However, that last touchdown, he made me some money, so I'm not mad at all.
Not tripping.
I showed up with a smooth in-game play. I wasn't even watching. I was taking the trash out, and then I was like, oh man, did he score and I missed it?
I'm watching the game like, bro, I might just sit the rest of my roster. Because you know how the league go in our league.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you're not at the bottom.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about who was at the bottom. It's actually one of our all-time listeners. We'll get to that in a second. But yeah, so that's my dog for this week. Who you got, Chad?
I went with Marcus Valdez-Scantling.
MVS.
The man has been nowhere to be found all season. Nowhere to be found all season.
Yeah.
Derek Carr comes back from injury. 2 weeks now at this point?
Yeah.
And 3 targets, 3 catches, 109 yards and 2 touchdowns? I was like, who are these niggas?
Bro, what was the props on his touchdowns?
I don't even know, but
crazy.
2 touchdowns?
Imagine what the props was on one or
It's
more.
probably like
2 at least had to be plus 10,000, bro.
Had to.
At least.
Because who's betting that?
Nobody.
nobody's been that. Not with the Saints and how they've been playing.
Nobody is betting that. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to him for that.
Let's
It
go ahead
was
and give
crucial
a
for him. Absolutely. Before we go over into our games of the week that we're going to cover, I do have a question, right? So if the season was over right now, right, the top 5 picks right now as it sits, you have the Jacksonville Jaguars, you have the New York Giants, you have the Tennessee Titans, You have the Cleveland Browns. You have the Raiders, right? Jaguars, we know don't need a quarterback. They just signed T-Law to a new contract.
Right.
Still
right.
need a quarterback, though, nigga.
The Giants, Daniel Jones. Technically, they do have an out with Daniel Jones in 2025, but it will be with a cap hit of $22 million, a dead cap hit. So that will affect them a little bit going forward. Now, do they want to take that hit? I don't know.
I think they will. They don't give a fuck at this
You think
point.
they don't?
Excuse my language.
I think Brian Daboll will be gone too.
Yeah.
So they really gonna probably look to start
Hard
it
to
over.
say that,
Nah, bro. I mean,
Just 2 years ago, he was a coach of the year.
yeah, but that's the
He
that's
also
the
had
league we're
he
in
also
now.
had Saquon.
That's the league we're in now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He wasn't dumb enough to let Saquon go.
Hey, he gonna be to blame though. And then you have Tennessee with Will Levis. He's this is his second year. They really technically have an out with him. He's a rookie, so they can really say, let's start over.
Right.
But do you? You know what I mean? It's a lot more that they can use on that team as a whole, starting probably with the coach.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I feel like there's still time to build him up to make him a better quarterback.
I agree with
absolutely.
that. If I were the Titans, I would look at a running back.
Yes.
Maybe Ashton Genty or something.
like the one you just let go.
Right.
And Tony Pollard is nice this year. He's doing
Man,
well over there.
The first few weeks it was kind of quiet, but
Yeah.
he's starting to pick it up right now.
He's doing well over there, but
Yeah.
I feel like they also need an offensive line over there if
Definitely.
you're going to
That's true,
have
yeah.
this guy back there. But then you have the Browns at number 4, stuck with Watson for another 3 more years. So trying to rebuild, we've already seen what they let go. Trying to rebuild, they might as well let go of Myles Garrett and let him go somewhere and be great.
Right.
But trying to rebuild, that's not happening right now. And then you have the Raiders at number 5. Right now, we know they need a quarterback
And a running back.
and a running
And a
back
wide receiver.
and a major wide receiver
And a better line.
and a better line. I mean, it's a lot of needs over there.
Yeah,
but
they
we
need
know
a
they're
whole
going to
team.
start with the quarterback. So my question is, and I want to start with Merz. If the Raiders, right, end up being the first one to take a quarterback off of this list, right, are you taking Cam Ward because he is essentially one of the top choices right now
Right.
as it sits, or are you taking Shedeur Sanders?
So as an alumni,
And who is
for
the better option, too? I'm sorry.
The better option between the two?
Yeah.
So, well, true. I'll get to that.
Okay.
But me naturally, I think Cam Ward is the better option. I feel like he's probably out of the draft. I feel like he's the closest thing to like a Patrick Mahomes when he was coming out the draft.
Okay.
And just seeing him play. Obviously, I follow and watch Miami play when I can, and he's. We've seen. I know the teams that they've played haven't really been. And then that's up for discussion. Haven't really been teams that you could really brag about winning, especially when you have to come from behind.
Hey, okay, what's wrong?
That's crazy.
That was nuts.
Okay.
Pause. But at least he's.
That was real wild. No, you come from behind. Okay. Yeah, okay.
But at least we've seen what he can do to get a win, to
Yes.
get a W.
Absolutely.
One of the biggest things for me too, and you might be able to understand this as a coach, and you might be able to, is it doesn't come with the antics that you might get out of a Shedeur Sanders. We see it in college, but who knows? Maybe it goes away when he gets to the league, or he's a little bit more focused, or maybe that's where he wants to be. But personally, if I had to choose between the two, I would choose Cam Ward.
Okay. I like that. I like that. Marv, I want to hear your take. Before
I actually
give you-
agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty much for the same reasons. I think Cam Ward is so comfortable in the pocket, bro.
Pause.
Yeah.
The poise that he shows is crazy. But we really seen what he's capable of coming out of Washington State, then going on to Miami.
Okay.
Nothing's changed.
Right.
I can just only imagine what he would do just at the next level. I'm excited to see both of them in the next level.
Yeah,
to be
me too.
honest.
Me too.
Because the same attributes that Cam has, Shedeur has those same attributes as
Right.
well. Except for I'll be more comfortable seeing Cam Ward scramble out the pocket than I was Shedeur.
Yeah.
Shedeur looked kind of slow. But my answer would be Cam Ward, man. And also to agree with you said about the antics, the entourage that'll come behind Shedeur will be kind of crazy, and also the hype surrounding him because of who his father is and
Right.
things going on in Colorado. I would hate to see that transfer with him to the NFL, knowing that he can't do anything about that outside of his own actions. Mm-hmm. But, you know, it's how it is sometimes, man. And I would hate to see that come to...
Well, what did he say? Anybody or no? My wife and kids. Well,
Well, you know, to my bad, I didn't want to cut you off,
No, you're
Chuz,
good,
but
brother.
just to add to that also, and to kind of be on the other side of that, you know, when you get to the league, it's about entertainment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of that stuff, I don't want to say slide it under the rug, but at the same time, it's, you know, sometimes antics are expected in the pros.
yes.
It's only accepted if you win.
So
Exactly.
let me get there, because like both of y'all, I like Cam Ward. I thought he was great at Washington State. Won me a lot of money at Washington State. Went to Miami.
Hella points.
He's brought Miami back to relevance.
Yeah.
Is that right word? I might be
That-
tripping.
no,
I
it
had
is,
a
yeah.
few champagnes here.
Yeah.
But yes, great runner, right? Has an arm for sure, and his accuracy is there. However, do I feel like his accuracy is all the way there? At times, no, right? When it comes to the NFL, where we at in the NFL is if you're going to be drafted high, they're going to expect you to be a quarterback right now, right? And I hate that, and I've said it many a times, that I feel like a quarterback should sit, even if you're the first round draft pick, you should sit at least a year, maybe two. Learn behind somebody. Unfortunately, he ain't going to have, whoever's going to the Raiders don't have anybody to learn behind.
Right.
Okay?
Facts.
And that's just that. The only person that they're going to have to learn behind right now is Tom Brady, right?
Yeah.
Now, this brings into the picture of Shedeur Sanders, right? And I like Cam Ward. However, when we talk about antics, I feel like that fits the mold of the Raiders. That goes back to that true Raiders that I don't care. Like,
Right.
we're going to do what we want to do, and we're going to do it how we do it. You know what I mean? Whether you like the antics or not, whether you like the craziness or not, whether you like us showboating, talking mess, that fits. However, I also feel like this kid, though he's not as fast as Cam Ward at all, he doesn't look to run at all, really. He has a little bit of wheels, not Cam Ward speed.
He can run to
but
save his life.
He can run. He can run to save his life. He'll get you the touchdown, but he is a great pocket passer. I think what sets him up in this particular instance is that out of all these quarterbacks that's coming out of the draft this year, I feel like if there's going to be one quarterback that you can say, hey, I'm going to start you from day one, that's who you want to start from day one. Why? Because this guy has been being prepared since birth to be a professional. He's been being prepared from birth. This man had the greatest cornerback ever to
Yeah.
do it, to show him the professional way. And then he's also had mentors, Tom Brady, to show him how to actually execute in a pocket. His arm talent, the throws that he's been making is NFL level, period.
Yeah.
These pockets that he's
pro
throwing
style
in
play.
are like this. There was a throw that he made this past weekend. That pocket was maybe this tight. That thing was tight.
What did you say, Nick?
Pause. That pocket was tight. No, but on a serious note, in the NFL, you don't have a window that tight and say that it's like, hey, you got to get him there because it's open. That's considered open. I just feel like for him, he might be the most pro-ready quarterback, I'm going to say, since newer generation. Because I feel like Patrick Mahomes was pro-ready, but he still needed that time.
Yeah, he took a year.
But if we're going to talk about pro-ready quarterbacks with expectations, since Andrew Luck, you come in, you play.
Since we here, are there two more quarterbacks that y'all think that's NFL ready right now to, jump in the draft and go? Just two, though.
No.
Not with the shit I've been seeing this year.
No.
Nah, yeah.
I don't think there's none.
On
Day
another
one?
aspect of it, this is kind of going backwards. I know you asked about other quarterbacks, but I feel like with the Raiders versus like some of the other teams that could have a chance at Shedeur Sanders, AP could he'd probably work better than, say, a Dable with Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
In terms of just the locker room and
Yes.
handling all the extra shit. But
Although I don't feel like he'll be there either.
Yeah, that was my next
unfortunately.
Well, that's
question.
true,
How long
yeah.
y'all think
I
he
don't.
gonna be there?
I
don't
don't feel
know.
like he's gonna be there.
the Giants always make weird decisions, so who knows?
And the Raiders always make weird decisions. So,
Yeah.
You
I
know
think
what I
AP
mean?
will still be there.
but hey, I love that. And I didn't even think about Cam Ward comparison as far as skill set to a Patrick Mahomes. You know what I mean? But if we're gonna talk, you talking that's a GOAT. Patrick Mahomes is that's a GOAT and going to be may finish as the best quarterback.
Very well, very
Ever.
well. And the thing is, the reason I said that is because if you watch Cam Ward, some of the passes that he makes like Mahomes-esque passes, like
Okay.
turns his arm to the side so he can get it, get
Yeah.
the ball, whatever, underneath the defense to the receiver, or whatever the case may be. Mahomes is very creative as a QB.
Yes.
He'll throw with the left hand if he needs to.
Yes.
And most QBs will just take a sack.
And
Yes.
most coaches won't allow that creativity. in the
Exactly.
locker room.
So I feel like with Cam Ward, he has that ability, and that's like the reason why I compared the two.
Okay. I like that though.
Obviously, it's apples and oranges because one's pro, one's in college, and
Right.
it's going to take a few years to see. But if we were able to compare with the skill set, I think he's the closest to Mahomes versus Shedeur.
And to go with that point, I mean, if that's the next set of quarterbacks that we get to witness
Yeah.
on that kind of level,
Right.
at that greatness, if Cam Ward gets to that level of greatness of Patrick Mahomes, I compare Shedeur to a Tom Brady, who has been his mentor, right? That I'm going to get the ball methodically to whoever it needs to be, but I can throw that thing if I need to.
Right.
And I'm going to make these guys around me better. If that's the next set of quarterbacks that we get to witness be great,
Yeah.
I feel like we set up for a great time.
Who had the last great quarterback class coming into the league?
That's a great question because the
couldn't
last
tell
few
you.
been terrible.
So I want to say Lamar
man.
Jackson, Josh Allen. Who else was in that?
That might be the best one since.
I know it's not in our notes, but we be popping around from time to time.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. It's funny though, because I actually look this draft class up probably at least once or twice a year, just because you
Wasn't
see them
Josh
play.
Rosen in that league or that class?
Probably, and now he's doing podcasts.
I hate Josh Rosen, by the way.
I'm going to cut you off there. And I'm going to say, just because I had to quickly glance, bro, and I mean, if we're talking about the best that I've seen lately in my time, I'm going to say 2004, bro.
Who was in that one?
Ben Roethlisberger, Eli Manning,
Okay.
Phillip Rivers. Them guys were great.
And that's what, 4 Super Bowls or 5 Super Bowls in that class? Wait,
Two of them together, that's
And
4.
Phillip Rivers,
Ben
yeah,
got 2.
yeah.
That's
Eli
2.
got 2.
That's
Who else
4.
in that class?
You
Rivers.
had Rivers, who
Who
he
else?
didn't get one. Let me look up that class all the way, and I'm gonna give it to you. Pause.
Because Rodgers was 05, right?
Rodgers?
Yes, he was on
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question. Man, yeah, Phillip Rivers, Eli Manning,
It's with the NFL.
Matt Swab.
It's tough for me to because QBs, they excel at their own rate, right?
Yes.
So it's always like kind of when you look back at draft classes, you're like, damn, so and so was in this draft class too, and you're
Yeah.
like, I didn't know they're the same age or the same class.
Yes.
So that's a unique thing about the NFL that I like, man. Is
Bro, I just
you
pulled
excel
up
at your
the-
own rate.
I just pulled up the draft class we were talking about. Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, all first-round draft picks at quarterback.
Lamar might be the best out of that group.
Lamar is the best out of that group.
Baker is going to be,
Josh
if
Allen
he
will be
keeps
second,
staying,
but Baker
yeah,
is like...
He's trending up,
He's trending
and
up.
I think he's finally found a team that's he's able to be him.
Yeah.
You know?
Since we own Baker, we have to we got to start giving him his flowers. Cause
Oh, yeah, for
when
sure.
they lost Mike Evans and Chris Godwin in the same week,
He's still showing.
Still balling.
Still balling.
He had to
They
drop
were
them
one
Hulu.
decision from beating the Chiefs.
Yeah. Same with the
They
Niners.
just lost to y'all, right?
Yeah, just by field goal. I mean, they had a chance to win that game. They drove it all the way down the field.
Just imagine if he still had his weapons, like what the turnout could.
Oh man, it's especially with the way the Niners are playing right now, they definitely could have won that game. And I'm not saying the Niners are like, I mean, I am saying they're not like the team that we were seeing last season.
Or expected them to be.
Exactly.
This year.
I'm shocked that at the same time I'm looking at it like there's a possibility where looking at our schedule, we might not even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's that close in the West.
And don't get too deep into that because that's.
Oh, we going to it? Yeah.
Shit, you'll be knee deep.
That's the next question, but
But yeah,
but
Tampa Bay, man.
Really
like
quick.
Baker Mayfield.
since we're talking about quarterback classes, Eli Manning is part of that 2004 class.
2004.
That is now, he's up for ballot for Hall of Fame. Do y'all believe, number one, that he will be a first ballot? And number two, do y'all think that he's a Hall of Fame quarterback?
I was hoping we never talked about this on this.
No, we got to get there.
Me too. But
I've been debating this for a while.
I've been debating it, and
is he really Hall of Fame worthy? I want to say yes because of the way that the Hall of Fame is now. Mm-hmm. I feel like if they remember your name 10 years from now, you're gonna get up in there.
right.
yeah.
And that sucks. It sucks when you look at careers like Charles Woodson. You look at Deion; they were literally the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
At no point in any given moment can anybody say Eli was the best.
His defense was the best.
His defense.
He had
incredible.
an incredible defense.
You can't say that about Eli ever.
I mean,
However, I'm not knocking his career because the boy beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl
Twice.
but they also held the Patriots to less than 3 touchdowns.
Incredible
Just like 2
defense.
touchdowns. Yeah.
Incredible defense. So to answer your question, will he get in? I believe so. First ballot, absolutely fucking not. Do I think he should be there? Why not?
Why not? Why not? That is not a yes.
If you say so. Sure.
So you
talking about it,
Sure.
So you there too? If you say so.
No, I agree. I agree with Marv, man. Like, he has the qualifications to be a Hall of Famer. But I mean, that's that. I mean, there's a lot of people in the Hall of Fame
That have qualifications.
right, but probably weren't the best at their position or in their era, in their time. I just feel like Eli's one of those guys, and like you said, man, like he keeps his name relevant. Like people still talk about Eli Manning, which is crazy because like
Some of
for
these
what?
fools go to ESPN and start doing these shows.
Exactly. Stay
relevant.
relevant.
No disrespect to Rod Woodson, bro. But
Yeah.
Right.
he should have been there a lot earlier than he got
A
in
lot
there.
earlier.
Right.
But he stayed on TV until he got there. Once he got there, we ain't never seen him again.
Yeah. No, for real.
Be real.
Hey, that's for real. But as far as Eli Manning goes, I agree. I do feel like first ballot Hall of Fame is a stretch for
Right.
me because at most points he wasn't even considered the best quarterback at his time or out of
Never.
his class.
Right.
Never.
He struggled with that comparison with Ben.
Right.
Big Ben made some moves when he was in
looked
there.
at his little bro his entire career.
And he's always had to that name Manning has carried him, to what
It's the name that's going to
the
Hall
name.
of Fame.
Yeah,
Right.
I think
Not
that's
necessarily the quarterback.
and again, I'm not saying that he wasn't really good. He was a really good quarterback, but Hall of Fame level of what we expected before now. When you're talking about dogs like Ray Lewis, you got Ray Guy was a dog as a punter type. You know what I'm saying? Like you talking about dogs, right?
Any punters in the Hall of Fame?
Ray Guy, yes. You talking about dogs as like
That's crazy.
dogs, right? I don't
think
think
about
he
that.
would be considered a dog. You get what I'm saying?
He ain't got that dog in him, dog.
But beating Tom Brady twice absolutely gives you a nod
sure.
to get in there. Absolutely. If you're talking about
He
the
had to-
GOAT,
he had
and
to
I'm beating
throw to
him
beat
twice.
Tom Brady, too.
Yes, he
Defense
had to.
did their
Yeah.
part,
Absolutely.
but he made some great plays in them Super
Because
Bowl
if it
games.
wasn't for those plays, Tom Brady got what? Probably still had the same. Because he probably
he
wouldn't have
might
left.
close to-
He probably wouldn't have left the Patriots and went to Tampa to get that last one.
those two?
Yeah, I don't think so, bro.
Who knows,
Because
man?
what he had, 10 appearances?
Yeah,
I feel like that Tampa move was just to prove to people
That
that,
was
he
just
could win
to-
it without
without
Belichick,
Bill.
yeah.
Best
Yeah.
way to say it.
Oh,
Fuck
100%,
you,
man.
but let's stay friends.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
stay
Let me show you.
friends.
Yeah,
Let's stay
let me
friends.
show you. Yeah.
Ah, man. But hey, great convo. Outside of that, before we move into the games of the week, I do really quick. CMC's return.
Praise God.
Does that spark a playoff run? Do you think that this sparks the playoff run? I want to hear from you first because this is your team.
Well, like Marv was saying earlier when he brought up CMC, it opens up the field for everybody else offensively. And when you have a player like CMC, just looking at this past game, I'm not saying that he was right back to where he was.
Okay.
But when you needed 5-6 yards, you can trust CMC for that. And yeah, of course, why not? He's our best offensive piece. And when you have someone of his caliber come back, it elevates the entire team.
Yes.
So, yes, I do think we can make a deep playoff push. And hopefully we can make it to the Super Bowl. Hopefully we can win one. But it's going to be a challenge. It's not going to be like, hey, let's just work our way to the number 1 seed, get that bye week.
Yeah.
And, hopefully we get through. But
Okay.
it's going to be a challenge starting with this week.
Respectfully, I'm not going to let you get away with saying hopefully. I'm going to ask you straight up.
Yeah.
Do y'all think y'all contenders now that he's back?
As a Super Bowl contenders? Oh man,
But-
I haven't been confident as a Super Bowl contender with our team, and
Respectful.
it's hard to say with just CMC coming back that we can be a Super Bowl contender. In terms of playoffs, though, I feel like we can make a run. But at the same time, it's like, we got to get through the Lions. We got to get, Green Bay's looking good. The
You got to
Vikings
get
look
through your
good.
division.
Yeah, exactly. We got to get through the division.
the Cardinals and the Seahawks right now.
The
Which I
Cardinals
think-
are surprisingly
Yeah,
balling.
yeah.
But you know what? I think we can find a way to win that.
Yes.
And even if we start at the wild card, which that's doesn't give me a lot of confidence either. But who knows? Who knows? I'd like to say we can, but like I said, my confidence, truthfully, hasn't been that up to be like saying, hey, we're gonna get a chance at the Super Bowl again this year.
Marv, you want to answer that?
I'm
Yes,
going to think
no?
wild card at best.
Okay.
I feel like y'all can still get into the playoffs. As far as a deep run, I don't think so. Personally, my pick to go to the Super Bowl for the NFC is the Lions.
Hey, brother, we getting there. Can
They
you
look
not
good,
get
man.
us there, please?
They look good.
me a
We gotta
question and
no,
I'm
don't
elaborating.
go to the Lions yet. We getting there.
The answer is no,
Jeez.
because of the Lions.
Okay, thank you.
Damn.
Thank you. I'm going to say like I said before, and I believe I said it before on this window or on our show. I feel like maybe the 49ers have missed their window of winning that Super Bowl championship, especially with Shanahan. They're getting restless out there. You got all these pieces. However, I still feel that Ayuk was y'all number 1 wide receiver to me. Debo is a gadget guy and one of the best gadget guys
Sassy.
that you can put anywhere.
Right.
And he can, but that number 1 wide receiver down in that playoff stretch is necessary. You know what I mean?
100%, yeah.
And Debo is going to be hurt again at some point. He's going to, you know what I mean? He unfortunately, I don't know what it is. He attracts injuries and has always been that way since college.
I can tell you why.
I think it's
Why?
that usage, man.
That's because he showed up to the game wearing Daisy Dukes and leather jackets. I'm never gonna forget this.
Somebody,
talk about
somebody,
I'm never gonna forget this.
Throw the flag with that
Hey,
one, man.
somebody said he looked like somebody's auntie coming down.
He did, man.
Teacher conference.
He did.
He looked like
did.
somebody.
He was on a mission. He was on a mission walking down that tunnel, man.
Hey, they
Yeah.
said he looked like somebody auntie. What you got on, man? Speaking of Debo, this has been a hot topic. Debo and Moody's interaction with the long snapper as well. Debo going at the field goal kicker for missing 3 of them things.
Was it the kicker or was it the holder? That
He
put his
went
hands
to
on?
he put his hands on both of them technically.
I think
But
he was going in to talk to the kicker.
Yes.
Say whatever he had to say, but
yes.
the long snapper came in for a misdirection, and
Yes.
he ended up getting a hand to the neck or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But hey, you know what? I don't think it was a good look for Debo to do something like that, especially as a captain.
Yes.
On another side of me, it's like, hey, he's the captain. He needs to, rally his team up. And if it's a violent sport. If you got to get a little violent, I mean, you're charged. You missed 3 field goals. Your teammate missed 3 field goals. You're gonna do whatever you can. Hey, so be it.
There's a better way to check.
There's definitely a much better way to check them.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Cameras all around. It's not like no one's gonna see it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's something that I think Debo is mature enough that he'll handle that.
Yes.
Off the cameras. So people are just gonna, they're gonna talk. But at the same time, like, hey, whether he came back too early or not, 3 field goals, man, like, that's a lot.
That's a lot, and
it's a lot,
and a lot of kickers don't make it back from that.
They don't. No. They don't. They do not.
Not making it back from that.
Yeah. If he had y'all lost,
oh man, he's gone.
Oh yeah, he's
now my question else.
Come back to the locker room.
No, he definitely can't come back to the locker room. He would have been fired off the field.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that movie?
Get your bags.
Full Metal Jacket.
Yeah.
Y'all know exactly what scene I'm talking about.
Man.
Everybody had them socks with the bars of soap in it.
Yeah.
Tearing them up on that bed.
Hey, he wouldn't have made it. He wouldn't have made it past them fans because they would have been pissed. Bengals going for the win instead of the tie. I want to hear from you first, Marv.
That's not a bad decision. You're supposed to.
Okay.
I said this last week with not last week, 2 weeks ago with the Buccaneers in the same situation versus the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. You go for that dub.
Yes.
Because you obviously don't want to go another round with this quarterback. And they're balling now in the fourth quarter?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to do this no more. Let's go for the win or go home.
Momentum shifted. We might need another one, manager.
Right away, sir.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. If they would have scored, no one would be talking about it like this.
No, and that's the
it's
thing.
one of those 50-50 chances that you take. But like you said, I like it.
That's why it's so
you
easy
go
to say
for
it's
it.
not a bad decision.
Yeah, it's the Ravens too. Like, come on, man. Like, they get that ball, and the way that they've been playing that game, they would have went right down the field,
and
man.
the way that they were scoring at will, bro. Like,
After that half,
you're supposed to go for that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you my side. I was personally mad about it, only because I had some money.
Yeah.
That's it. Because when we talking football side of it, of course,
Right.
go for that because momentum was gone.
Yeah.
It was gone. But for me personally, I was like, yeah, bro, I need y'all to. I need y'all.
Overtime
Right.
to stop the best running back, the best quarterback.
I just needed 9 more yards to complete the ladder from Lamar. That's all. And I was like,
I feel it.
and I wouldn't have been mad at a Bengals win either because I just was like, for the heck of it, let me put an in-play money line on
My
them.
dad would have
Yeah.
said, "That's what you get for playing with your money."
Yeah, hey, but I did come up in that game, so I'm not mad about it. But I would have loved that little extra 9 yards.
You know what's crazy about that game in particular? You don't know this, but I gave away a 5-leg parlay, same game parlay for that game. Put it in my app. I said, okay, I'm gonna put $50 on this 5-leg, and it wasn't gonna pay enough for me to want to just try it.
Right.
I didn't bet it.
Ah.
Everybody came with it.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah.
I gave the same picks
I know what you mean by that.
and they all hit me up right after the game, like, "Oh, I hope you put that in, big
Like,
dog."
oh, good
Be
look.
careful with that. That joint be popping out.
Pause.
That was a great game, though, man.
It was.
But I don't knock them for going for the win and as opposed to trying to go to overtime.
Now, last one before we get to the games. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, and the gosh dang Jets.
Goddamn Jets.
Number 1, Devontae Adams.
Should have kept his ass in Vegas.
I mean, you know what? You just chasing the homies. It's like,
Chasing the homies.
right.
That's
There's
why.
no other way to put it.
That's
I
right.
feel like he's just chasing the homies. He went to go play with Carr. They got rid of Carr. And, he's like, I need Rodgers. He goes and plays with Rodgers. But, like, this is how I look at it, man. It's like, when your uncles are, like, still trying to hoop.
Yes.
And, like,
Yes, great enough.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
But it's like, yeah, they still got a little bit of game, but they're not gonna do what they used to do.
That's like us going out there on Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
morning
hoops.
to go play football.
Oh, the turkey bowl?
Turkey bowl.
No.
It's not gonna work.
No, I got to stretch all week for that.
Yeah. So, and I like Devontae, man.
Yeah.
You know, I think he's still a decent wide receiver.
I think he spent too much of his time chasing greatness as opposed to trying to be great.
Yeah.
And he's great.
You're great,
He's
man.
great.
Do what
Yeah.
you can to help your quarterback, you know? Don't just bitch him on because you don't have the best anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, work with your quarterback, get better, get the chemistry going, you know what I'm saying? And as opposed to that, you just want it out. You
Right.
Chase the homies.
Chase the homies,
Came
man.
to play with Derek
I
Carr.
think it's gay.
He made it to the Pro Bowl and they sent him away.
What's that episode on the Boondocks?
Yeah.
But Aaron Rodgers, is he done?
Yeah. Wrap it up,
He's
man.
not playing for another team if that's what you're asking.
Like
Wrap it
season's
up.
over,
After this?
he's done.
Yeah, season's over. Wrap it up, man.
Because he only had one more year left on his contract.
Yeah.
It was a
Yeah.
two-year deal.
Yep.
The thing is with Rodgers that, like, he doesn't even look like he's having fun out there.
He
You
don't.
just wrap it up, man. Like,
don't.
it's get out of there. Every time he, there's a pass that doesn't get caught or whatever the case may be, he just has this look on his face like he's pissed.
And he's
That-
also not
yeah.
one to encourage or galvanize. Like nobody
his
wants to rally
attitude
around
is-
him, you know?
His attitude is,
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I
got my
love
money.
about this
I
as
hate to play for him.
as a Niner fan, what I love about this, I hate to bring it to them, but Robert Saleh is one of our former defensive coordinators. Him getting fired and them still being like this, it's beautiful.
And you know what?
Beautiful.
I don't know if you saw the show that we talked about Robert Saleh. I think, Marv, what did I say? I felt like he's not a great head coach. However, as a defensive coordinator,
Oh man,
Defensive
incredible.
who else do you want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Y'all defense
But
is
not
so good.
not every coordinator
it's beautiful,
should be
man.
a head coach at the end of the day.
Right.
And I think he'll get another chance.
Yeah.
But the Jets organization as a whole is just so bad. But him as a head coach, I don't think no matter if he was still there, it wouldn't have mattered.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Obviously.
The way that he was, running things at that time, like he's gonna go back and I think as a head coach, if he wants to do that again, he's gonna learn and say, hey, maybe I could have did this different. Maybe I could have did this in front of the public different, because you can't operate the same way that you would
You definitely don't
as
want
a
to start your
coordinator.
head coaching career kissing your quarterback's ass.
You don't. But you also don't want to throw him out to dry multiple times and say, hey, in your rookies. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the Jets just, I don't know. I'm kind of pissed about it because they're going to kill my little future that I I was like, hopefully
have?
I have to pull it up. But while we talking, I'll pull it up and bring it back up. Now,
I could have sworn you said they were going to win a division.
I did say that,
So
and
yeah,
that's
I know you had
and
cash for
that's
that.
part of it. You know what I mean? That's part of that future. But
I think you picked the Jets and I picked the Dolphins. We both shit the bed there.
yeah, we have
mean,
not given the Bills enough respect.
'Cause we thought
I
that
never
window
give
was
the Bills
closed.
respect. I did too.
We thought the 49ers were the Bills of the NFC.
Man.
Come on, man.
I'm sorry, bro.
And they look way
Respect
better.
our defense.
They look way better right
one,
now.
of my favorite players in the NFL right now is Fred Warner.
Oh,
Hey,
I love Fred, man.
Fred Warner
He's a dog.
is a dog.
And he's a
Is-
real
He's
good
a real
teammate,
Sideline to sideline linebacker,
Yeah.
and I love that, bro.
Yeah.
Because he's just active
bro.
everywhere.
I went to see week 1. I went to the Niners Jets game, and it's one thing to see it on TV, but when excuse me, when you see it in real life, this dude is everywhere.
Sideline
Like
to sideline, bro.
sideline to sideline, he's making every tackle,
And he's really starting in between the numbers every play.
Yeah.
Bro. Wherever you need him to be, he'll be there.
and he's the defense is comfortable with him there because he's a true captain. He's telling people what to do. He's like a coach on field.
He's really a strong safety at middle linebacker.
Yeah,
If
And you can't find that anywhere, bro.
No, right.
That's just in you, dog.
yeah,
Because
but
Ray Lewis wasn't even that.
not at all. He wasn't that fast.
No, he
Yeah.
wasn't.
There's one thing about the 49ers, and I'll give that to them, is linebackers, they draft the best of them.
yeah. We do.
They draft the best of them. But I found my,
Simmer down. Now.
I mean, Navarro
Simmer
Navarro
down.
Bowman, You got Patrick Willis, who was
Patrick
one of my
Willis,
favorites.
Hall of Famer
You know what I
now.
mean?
Yeah.
But my play, and then we're going to keep it going.
Yeah.
I had the Ravens to win a division, the Jets to win a division, the Eagles, the 49ers, the Colts about to kill me because they look trash.
Yeah, the Colts.
Trash. Surprisingly trash.
You don't listen.
Like, I don't. I did.
Is
I
he
did.
aware of how I've
I
been feeling
did.
about Anthony Richardson?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Lost in the system.
I saw that.
I had
Yeah.
the Buccaneers, the Packers, and the Chiefs. It was just $5, but
It sound good.
I like
it
the
sound
Packers.
good.
I like the Packers, but the Lions. I mean, that division is
That
probably the best
division
in
is-
the NFL. So.
Absolutely. So we're going to roll over to our main games of the week. First game we have Thursday. We got Washington at the Eagles. -3 is a line, 48.5.
Just jump.
It's
It jumped to 3.5?
Yep.
Okay,
Scared
so it's
of it.
at 3.5 now. So you know what we know with that. We have the Ravens on Sunday versus the Steelers. So we have a really great. These are great divisional games this
Yeah.
weekend. Now that I'm looking at it, we have the Ravens versus Steelers +3.5. The Steelers at home, 47.5 is the total. You got the Chiefs versus the Bills, another great division game, -2.5. 45.5 is the total. And then you have the Seahawks versus the 49ers, -6.5 49ers, and that over-under is 49.5. Now, we'll start off with the Thursday game, Washington versus the Eagles. Merz, what are you expecting from this game? And then give me your pick or your player prop or whatever you like from that game.
Well, I'm expecting Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown to do their thing because I have them on my fantasy team as a stack, so I need them to really play.
Okay.
It is a home game for
Who else?
A.J. Brown.
Okay.
So that's what
see
I'm
it.
expecting.
That's what I
Okay.
can see it.
So, but I like Washington.
Okay.
I like how they play. They're competitive. They're you know, they're a team that I did not see coming up like this.
Okay.
So, and right now I have like a little bit of a sour taste with the Eagles, just from a couple years ago during playoffs. So this is a very biased pick for me. I'm gonna
that's
go
'cause
Washington.
They put all y'all in the hospital.
Yeah, they did. they did. So yeah, I'm gonna take Washington with the points.
Especially at that +3.5.
Yeah.
Now that it moved up,
Yeah,
that ain't a bad thing.
and I think it can go over because I think these teams are gonna score on each other.
Oh yeah, because the Eagles'
Yeah.
defense is ass, bro.
These teams,
That secondary
this is going over.
Oh we.
Yeah, that's a lock.
I
Put
think
a lot of money on that.
I think Jaden Daniels might have an
Game.
Yeah.
incredible game. I see Saquon Barkley getting into the end zone. I also see Jalen Hurts getting in the end zone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
multiple times
They're gonna
probably.
push that thing.
Yeah,
I would love to say that the Commanders win this ball game. I'm probably just gonna throw some action on that Commanders money line. But it's that 3.5 that scares me, bro. It's the 3.5. It's the hook.
It's the hook.
That's why I mentioned it because I was right before we
It's
started
important.
recording. It went from 3 to 3.5. It was
Yeah.
at 3 when I left work.
well, they're probably putting a lot of money on the Eagles.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
where it's rolling.
Yeah,
So-
I don't see it getting lower than 3 before kickoff. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at 4 on Sunday
Yeah, or Thursday.
or Thursday. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I wouldn't be surprised to see it at 4 points on Thursday.
Even more reason to take Washington.
Yeah, so I think the safest bet will probably be the Commanders plus 3.5. But at the same time, the Eagles can get busy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can, man.
So be careful making your bets on Thursday.
And you know what? I think in the past we've seen some terrible games on Thursday Night Football for Prime. Somebody in that studio made a call and said, "Hey, y'all better get y'all acts together.
Yeah.
Nobody want to watch
Last
our
week was
games."
incredible.
The last couple have been really good.
Yeah, but
and
everything
it's
before
high
that-
scoring. So
Everything before that was trash.
And
This
you,
game
and even
is a
last
great
season
one.
too. Thursday
Yeah,
games were
absolutely.
just
You know
terrible.
me, I don't get excited for like high scoring games.
yeah,
But that was
that was
really
amazing.
Yeah.
competitive on both sides
Yeah.
of the ball still.
It was fun
Yeah.
to watch.
It was.
It was fun to watch.
And so I'm gonna go with. I mean, I like both of y'all plays on that. I'm leaning towards the Washington now, especially at this -3.5 with the Eagles. Give me that plus 3.5. I think to me the safest play would be the over because
Yeah.
neither one of their defenses is really that great. Washington can do enough to make a stop. However, you have two really good quarterbacks that can run and stretch the ball, stretch the field. You're running back on the Eagles, of course, with Saquon Barkley. It's a divisional game that is going to be different from a lot of the old games that they've had because now you have two teams that expect to make the playoffs. And the moves that Washington has made is they're expecting to get to the Super Bowl. That's the kind of moves they're making.
Insane.
That's the move.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, to be honest with you.
As a rookie.
Oh, rookie? Oh, man. I was just about to say that.
And you know what? Same. And you know who that would actually go back to? Williams. The first black quarterback of the Washington, Doug Williams.
First black quarterback to ever win the Super Bowl.
As a rookie.
Wow.
Was he a rookie?
Wow,
He was a rookie.
I did not know that.
I want to say he was a rookie, right? Look it up for me. If he wasn't a rookie, he was definitely the first black quarterback. So either way, that's, you know what I mean? That's something different. Going to Sunday's game, we have the Ravens versus the Steelers. Russell Wilson has been looking really good.
Yeah.
Back from injury. Lamar Jackson. How do you stop Lamar and Derrick Henry together? Right now it's plus 3.5. Steelers at home, 47.5. Where you going with it, Merz?
Man, this one's a tough one for me. I'm going to have to, and the Steelers are the underdogs, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to take the Steelers.
Ooh.
I'm going to take the Steelers with the points.
Ooh.
I just think, with the way that they're playing and defensively, I think they'll be, I think the Ravens are going to win, but I think the Steelers keep it close.
Okay.
Within a field goal.
I can respect that.
Yeah.
Over, under?
Oh, shit. That's the tough one, man. Naturally, I want to say under, but, with the way the Ravens score, especially after they played with Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati's defense isn't like the Steelers, but it is kind of low. So, man, you know what? Don't listen to me. I'm going to take the under, but I would.
Your favorite play is that plus?
Yeah, I probably would take that, and I probably would even sprinkle on the money line just because it's a home game for him. Give me one guy
either side that you think. Of course, we don't have any player props right now.
Yeah.
Because it's so early. But give me one guy and give me a base number that you would probably take, and then if you would go up, give me one guy that you truly like.
Najee Harris. I would do, if he's at about 60, anywhere between like 64 and 67 yards, I'll take it.
I like that.
I'll take it.
I like that.
Russian or all-purpose?
Russian. All-purpose, maybe up to like 79 or something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
But I would just stick to the rushing to be honest with you.
Okay.
Mar, your thoughts?
Since the Ravens did lose to the Raiders,
You never know, right?
you never know.
never know.
What I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm rocking with the Steelers right now, man. I know the Ravens are my favorite AFC team. Always has been, always will be. However, the money is the money, bro.
Yeah.
So I like the Steelers. I think the safest bet again might be the plus 3.5. Russell Wilson is showing everybody he's still got gas in the tank.
Yep.
He's also making everybody play better around him.
Yeah.
The defense is the defense. The white boy,
Yeah, man.
I think he might get him a sack, maybe 2.
Yeah.
I bet on 1 though. I like George Pickens.
George Pickens.
Whatever his prop is, I like it.
Receptions or
Receptions.
Okay.
Yeah, take the reception. It'll probably be like,
Actually,
5.5?
Receptions
I'm
and
definitely
yards.
saying
'Cause
5.5.
It's going to be like maybe 4.5, maybe 5.5.
Yeah.
I think yards he might be sitting at, I'm gonna say maybe at, I could say about 65.
And I can see him getting 100 plus and a touchdown.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good bet.
One long throw for him is it, honestly.
Because he's a career kind of like starting to turn around now that Russell Wilson's over there.
You got a
Yeah.
He got somebody
quarterback,
to throw the
bro.
ball to him.
Exactly.
Now
You
he
got a
got to keep the
quarterback.
NBA young boy antics off the field.
Right.
Hey, I told you when he got drafted, he was a wild boy. He got drafted in a shiesty mask.
Oh my God, he did.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. Wow.
He came in
That's
wild.
who it was.
He came
That's
in
who it
wild.
was.
He came in wild. Hey, you right.
I forgot about that.
But,
You right.
I think that's going to be a great game. I'm going to go Steelers plus 3.5. I'm going to sprinkle something on the money line just to have it on there.
Yeah.
But I mean, don't be surprised if the Ravens make me put my foot in my mouth. I'm always gonna go Derrick Henry anytime touchdown every week.
Yeah.
And Lamar Jackson is showing us he can still throw the ball too. So I think
That's gonna be a good game, man.
It's gonna be a great slate on Sunday, dog.
What about the total?
You know what? I'm gonna have to go to over.
This game for me, and you like the over?
Yeah, I like the over.
This game for me is tough, right? I've been rocking with the Steelers a lot lately. I actually took them money line last week, and they came through. I took them money line and the Broncos money line. No, I took the Broncos points 7.5. Steelers money line on the 2-teamer. Great, you know what I mean? Steelers been coming through for me, especially since Russell been back, but all season really. And it's my mother-in-law's team, the Ravens. Like you, my favorite AFC East or my favorite AFC team, and it's hard to deny the Ravens because I've been on record multiple times saying I feel like they win the Super Bowl this year,
Right.
and to do that, you're going to have to go through the Steelers, right? Right now, they are leading the division. So this game is important.
Because they swept the Bengals, right?
Yes. And this game is important. So right now, the Steelers is up a game. And for them to get that home field advantage, as much as I want to say I'm going to roll with the Steelers at 3.5, and it can definitely happen. Absolutely, because they always play close games. I think at the end of the day, this game comes down to maybe 4 points, maybe 5. And this game feels like a running kind of game. So personally, I like the under. I think that's my favorite play on this because, like you said, Najee, I can see him going crazy. But we're getting into the cold months now, and this is where that run game comes important. You're talking about two defenses, two teams that know each other very well.
Yeah.
And Mike Tomlin is a great scheme man. He's going to have them ready, but Harbaugh is going to have them ready. The Ravens, when they put it together, and they've showed they can put it together both sides, they're great. The Steelers, I feel like they might be missing just that. They might just be missing that other wide receiver right now. So I'm going to say I like the Ravens to cover that 3.5. I like them to win by 5. And
You got a lot of faith in them.
yeah, I like them to win by 5. If I'm going to take anybody to go off because he's not steered me wrong out of this whole season, anytime you put Lamar Jackson's passing numbers at 228 is which they've done, 228 to 238. Give me that over every time. It don't even matter. I'll lose with it. He's only not covered that number twice this season. That's it. Every week, if you give me 230, 200, any of that, give me that, and I'm gonna ladder it up to 300.
Right.
Because
Strategy.
he's gonna hit that at least 280. You get me? So he's gonna hit that 250.
Last season.
Yeah, but how you gonna have him throw almost 300 yards, but you want to take the under?
Because they stopping them in the red zone.
Turnovers.
You get what I'm saying? So it's gonna come down to it where that 47.5, although they have I feel like he can get. Now I'm not saying he can get to 300 this week, but I definitely see him going to 250 at minimum. At minimum.
I'm gonna just challenge you a little bit because in this stat thing that I have up, Lamar Jackson ranks
Stat
third
list.
all time for red zone scoring.
Okay.
So I want you to get your bet. I'm just saying, you might not want to bet the total. The total's scary in my opinion.
I like the under.
I like that. That's what I'm saying, but I feel like you have a better chance.
Confidence.
Yeah, I feel you. But I'm just saying, if you want Lamar to do all that,
No, it don't matter. I'm taking Lamar and the under.
this is why you guys do what you do. And usually,
No.
My tickets don't be hitting like y'all's, but-
And you might be right, but my favorite play always is Lamar on the passing, right? Just because he get the passing don't mean that he's going to get that touchdown. Right? All it really takes is, because this is what, as a coach and as a player and as a guy that studies film, because this is how I do still to this day, is if I'm going to play this guy, if I'm going to play this team, My number one, and if I'm thinking like Mike Tomlin, right? The number one person, because he already said earlier, Deontay Johnson ain't even in his radar right now. He don't care about that because they trying to make it a thing with Deontay Johnson. Marv knows how I feel about Deontay Johnson. but everybody that listens to this show know how I feel about him. But when it comes down to it, my number one thing is I have to stop the run, right? Because Derrick Henry is more of a threat, and then Lamar's legs, right? So number one, Derrick Henry. Number two, Lamar's legs. Number three, I'm going to let these wide receivers, Zay Flowers, Bateman, likely might be hurt again, Mark Andrews.
Yeah, Andrews
I'm going to
might go
let
off
these
too.
guys get their yards, but we're going to stop them somewhere. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to take my bet, I'm going to take my bet on Lamar for sure to cover at minimum 238 yards is what they'll probably put him at, for sure. Now, touchdowns, the Steelers and the Ravens have just enough always to shut you down at that red zone. That's just the way they play each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's me.
No,
That's where I'm rolling with it.
By all means.
That's where I'm rolling.
I ain't
with
mad at it.
Yeah.
Chiefs versus Bills. Bills minus 2.5 at home. 45.5 over under. I think that's low. But what's y'all thoughts on this
It's
game?
hard to bet against the Chiefs right now.
Yeah, it really is, man. I'm taking the Chiefs money line. I'm saying they're going 10-0.
Yeah, I gotta go Chiefs money line, bro.
As much as I want to give the Bills respect at some point,
It's not this week.
it ain't this week.
It ain't this week.
Y'all the favorites too? Nah,
Yeah,
it ain't this week.
man.
Can't even do it.
It ain't this week. If anything,
But I'm gonna look to see where the money is first before I put that down.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's
that
true.
game is going to be very popular.
But I just don't see the Bills winning this ball game. They at the crib, right? Bills
Yes.
At the crib?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't see them winning this ball game without Keon Coleman, without Amari Cooper.
They don't have the same
I want to say
pieces.
they're missing somebody in their secondary, but don't quote me on that. I gotta go back and double check. But yeah, Bills money line, give me that.
Chiefs gonna find a way to win, man.
Oh, you know
As a
what?
matter
I'm
of fact,
changing
what's
my.
the
I'm
props on
changing.
D-Hop? 'Cause
Hey, I was just no, stay there.
on it.
Hey, I just said, you know what? I'm changing
on
my anytime pick. That's
I'm on it.
Nah, hey, DeAndre Hopkins is about
Yeah.
to show out, right? And I just thought about that, right? I forgot he was there. Travis Kelce, you might as well take whatever you got on him.
I'm cool on bro.
It's his time now. This is his time.
I'm cool
Plus
on,
185.
I'm cool on depending on him with my money.
This is his
You
time.
give me $20, I'll put it on him.
Plus 185 for D-Hop to get an anytime touchdown.
Give me-
anytime touchdown.
Yeah, actually, that's my pick this week. But we
Plus
go
185.
No,
He
we
might give
we
you two.
we gonna get.
I'm
there.
writing all
And
these down 'cause I'm
think he
taking
can
what we
get.
talking
I
about,
think he
man.
gonna get to. But this game, 45.5, I feel like that's a little even with people missing. That could definitely hit the over. Now, this could also be one of those
Broncos Chiefs games. Yeah.
where you gotta watch the lines because this is one of them games where Vegas making that call. You know what I mean? Because you know the money.
Games where you gotta check to see who the ref's gonna be.
Yeah. No, for real.
Chiefs games have they
Yeah.
ref?
No, for real.
Nah, for real,
Absolutely.
man. Yeah, you know,
Absolutely.
if you see that guy, take
you
the
see that
Chiefs.
guy,
Take the Chiefs. If you see that guy, take the Chiefs.
Either way, I'm taking the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the Bills just yet still. So
I haven't
give me
believed them
them.
in a minute, man.
Now, we'll finish up with the Seahawks versus the 49ers. Minus 6.5 49ers. 49.5 is an over-under.
Seahawks money
And I want to
line.
go with
Oh,
you
that's
first.
crazy.
I want to go with you first, Marv.
That's
What you
crazy,
got?
man.
What you
That's
got?
I don't like the 6.5. I think the Seahawks actually gonna make it a closer game. I do
Yes.
see the 49ers winning though.
Okay.
If I'm being real.
Anybody go off?
Nah.
What you like on the over-under?
I like the under. Watch it be a 48-point game.
Yeah.
Could be. It could be.
That's your thoughts?
I see Geno Smith kind of shit in the bed for 2 of these quarters.
I can
Just
see
like he
that
did
too.
last game.
I can see that too.
Yeah.
I can also see him having 2 incredible quarters.
So you like Seahawks plus 6.5?
I like the 49ers money line. Let me say that. I don't,
So you like the Seahawks plus 6.5?
I don't know about the points.
Hey, you like? Okay.
Because at the end
Okay.
of the day, the Niners can go nuts.
Yes, they can.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's not your turn, sir.
No, I know.
We leaving
I'm
you
just
last.
saying. I'm just
We
saying.
leaving you last on this
All
one. For me, I'm gonna take the Seahawks play. That's hard to say.
I'm
man.
taking notes. Go ahead.
That's hard to say.
Yeah.
I definitely like the under. Anytime these two have met, I've always taken the under, and I'll always err on
At
that
least
side.
under on the first half.
Yeah, I'll always err on that side because they normally play each other very well.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been a over type of game, but like you said, Geno Smith is so up and down. You never know.
Is this prime time too?
I don't know what time
I think
it
this is the last game.
No, it's 105.
Okay, so hey, but I'm gonna say the under.
Yeah, I like
Everything
the
in me say take the 49ers money line and the Seahawks plus 6.5. But at the end of the day, 49ers could really just blow this wide open.
Yeah, I like
Pause.
the Niners money in the under for sure.
So I'm going to take the
props?
under.
Y'all like player props this game?
Player props. Give me Jennings. Because I know whatever his number is, it's going to be low.
Yeah.
They always
It's
keep his
probably
numbers pretty
3.5
low.
or 4.5.
And like Merz was saying earlier, he's a third down guy. They're going to be in those positions where they're going to need him. And if he's at about 35, that's 3 first downs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So give me his over on his base number for sure. Jennings.
I like Kenny Walker to see the end zone for the Seahawks.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He always there. Now, Merz, since this is your team, we'll let you have the last thoughts on this game.
If I were to take the Niners money line, I'd have to parlay that with something. Obviously, you don't take that money line by itself. There's not really much worth to it, especially with a minus 6.5 on the spread. But the thing is, with this division game and how we played the Seahawks last time, I think now that this is a home game, I think the Niners can cover that 6.5.
Okay.
The books are have been respecting the Niners week to week.
A little too much.
A little too
sometimes.
much, and they haven't been covering.
At all.
But
I was
I
sweating.
think this game is one of those games where the Niners, being division, and it's almost like it's 292. Yeah, I would parlay that. I would parlay it the money line. I'm not touching the total because, like you said, the Niners could just get you 3-4 touchdowns in a half.
Yep.
When they get rolling, it's hard to
Yeah.
stop that snowball, bro.
I do like Juwan Jennings on receptions on this, whatever it may be. It could be 4.5. I'm thinking it's going to lean towards that way. 3.5, 4.5.
3.5, 4.5, yeah.
Maybe even the yards. What I really like is Brock Purdy's passing yards in this game.
Okay.
I think he's going to surpass it.
What do you think he's going to be landing at?
He
about
might
250?
be. Nah, it might be. Yeah, it could be 250, but I think it might be anywhere between like 235, somewhere in that range.
So if it's at 235, you absolutely taking the over.
I would take the over.
Okay.
I would take. He had 353 passing yards against Tampa Bay.
Okay.
And meanwhile, that was a close game, but high scoring game. But the thing is like, even though this year the Niners are on the lower end of the yak yards, before they used to be up there at the top with receivers catching and going.
Brandon was healthy.
Right, exactly, and probably in shape too. But I think Brock Purdy is coming into his. He's fitting that uniform as a QB that could pass the ball.
Yeah.
Also know it's almost time to get paid.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
And they're looking at
He
like
ain't
65
trying to
plus
Yeah.
a year. So I like Brock Purdy in this game. It's a division game. It's a home game. We handled the Seahawks earlier. I can't remember what the spread was on that. You guys might have to look into it. I don't know if we covered or not, but if we didn't, we will this game. So I would take the Niners minus 6.5.
No, the first time
The first time the Seahawks played, we won by 12. I think we were like a 9.5 point favorite on that. It was up there. But again, I'm a Niner fan, but I'm trying to keep it real with y'all. Like, I think they'll show out, and like you said, I just don't. Geno Smith, I just can't see him. I can't see him beating us.
I think that's the thing, though. He's so inconsistent.
Yeah.
And I'm going to leave it at that because you got the last say on that. So, real quick, we want to go ahead and give our anytime touchdown this week.
We bringing that back for sure.
We're gonna bring it back, especially since we got a guest.
Let's do it,
We
man.
definitely got to put something in on that.
This the one?
And I think this is the one.
This the one?
Now, we always doing something weird where we go 3 and then we be like, let's throw a 4th one on there, and it's odd for us. I mean, you know what I
We
mean?
got 4 people now.
Yeah, so we got to do it that way. So we're gonna start first with you, Marv. Your anytime touchdown for this week.
I'm gonna go Saquon Barkley, man. I'm gonna do the Thursday night game.
Let's get it, man.
And we'll know Sunday evening if we gotta redo this.
So give me an audible just in case we got to redo this.
Just in case. All right, so we'll come back to my.
Okay, we'll come back. But Saquon is your first pick. Marv with Saquon.
If we got
on
an
that.
audible, it'll come out of my pocket.
Okay, absolutely. Mandrew, what is your anytime touchdown this week?
You know who I'm rolling with. Derrick Henry.
Every week.
Every week. Every week. For myself, I had somebody different, but as I'm going through everything here.
It gets sketchy when you do that, man.
No.
Go ahead.
I forgot about that game. And then when I was like, oh, shoot. I'm going with D-Hop.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime touchdown. That's my guy this week.
I forgot that's who you switched it up to.
Yeah, that's my guy this week, D-Hop. He might get 2 of them things.
Right.
We're going to end it off with you, Merz. You the guest of the week. Who we got? Who we going to win this money with?
I'm going to say Josh Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs.
I ain't mad at it either.
I'm going to say Josh Jacobs, man. I like choosing running backs because, there's less, in terms of wide receivers, there's less, I guess, hands to feed in that term. And especially with Green Bay, they get in that red zone.
Crazy, bro.
They're running that thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I love that pick. Marv, did you get that audible?
David Montgomery.
David Montgomery.
That's a good one, man.
We're going to try.
go Kyron Williams versus the Patriots.
Okay.
But I'm going to go David Montgomery.
Okay.
I like that dude, bro. Pause.
Okay, absolutely. All right, so we're going to roll with that. That's our anytime touchdown this week. We're going to go Saquon, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, D-Hop. If Saquon screws the pooch, then it's going to be David Montgomery as the backup.
Yeah.
Merz, before we get out of here, do you have anything for the people?
Man, my best advice to y'all right now, especially being, this is the Dawg Money Podcast. Don't bet more than what you really have in your pocket, man. Just keep your unit fair and square and stay there.
I love it.
Stay there until you profit 1,000%, and then maybe think about moving it up $5. Okay, like people try to get rich quick with betting, but they get poor quicker. So
$5 is my $5 is my magic number.
I'm just saying,
I got anything on $5.
That's my best advice to you guys. The other thing I want to say is I appreciate y'all for having me. I love the podcast that you guys do, and it's insightful. You know what I mean? When I do listen in, I'll actually throw the picks in that y'all talk about. So
Absolutely. We appreciate it.
that's what I'm saying. Well,
appreciate it.
I know you guys know what you're talking about. So sometimes it does the work for me. I don't have to sit there and do research. Especially this dude used to send me write-ups.
Hey, it's coming back next season.
You know what I mean? So
You know a funny thing about Chubbs? If he give you a pick, I swear to God, he got money on himself.
It's $5
for sure.
somewhere.
for
Somewhere,
sure.
but
It's $5
Yeah.
somewhere.
I said this last year on last season, dude. If he used to send a text out
Yeah.
back then when we used to compare picks before the game start.
Yeah.
He'd be like, oh, I like all of these. I'm like, I know this fool got every last one of these. He got something on.
Yeah.
$5 here, maybe 7 here, maybe 50 here.
Hey.
He got some money on him
It's
somewhere.
something
And
somewhere.
he got 6 betting apps on his phone, bro.
Hey, like the way
He's a
that
monster.
the way that you guys bet and how y'all keep it going, you guys got a good team. Keep this going, man. Like
Absolutely.
every time you guys get the podcast up to do an episode, keep it going. I love how y'all do the seasons to just kind of let it stretch a little bit.
Yeah.
So just keep it going, man. And
Hey.
that's what I got for the listeners.
Hey,
keep
we
listening.
we
man.
definitely gonna have
Straight
you
up.
back, my brother.
Oh yeah, let me know, man.
We
You
definitely
always
gonna
let
have
me
you
know.
back.
Let me know,
Absolutely.
man.
Marv, what you got for the
I
people?
got a couple things before we close out. First off, I want to say thank you for coming out and hanging out with us today.
Yes, sir.
It's been a long time coming.
It has, yeah.
And it's here, so I'm glad that we finally got a chance to do this today.
Yes.
Another thing I want to say, I know as far as the country, we in scary times right now.
100%.
I hate to get political on y'all, but let's be real. Now is the time for optimism. Granted, the election didn't go a lot of our ways, a lot of people's ways. But, now is the time to kind of stick to our grounds and stick to our faith and be optimistic about our future.
Yeah.
Look out for one another, pray for one another, and just kind of, stay positive. Stop being so negative all the time, because when you bring that negative energy out, you get negative energy back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's a beautiful message, man. Yeah. Beautiful.
My thing is, of course, hey, I appreciate you coming to the show, brother.
Thank you.
One of my favorites that I ever did was your show.
Yeah,
and
that was fun, man.
that was one.
And that was one of
fun one, man.
That was one of my favorite things that I've ever done. And people since then have been like, "Man, you ever gonna do them kind of podcasts where you talking a little more serious?" I was like, I didn't even mean to get serious on that podcast.
Because
we had a whole lot of different stuff that was going on, but it was amazing podcast. I learned a lot from you always, and I thank you for always giving us open whatever we need. So that's clutch always. But number two, what I will say just to the people, financially, right? I don't know. I feel like right now, going back to what you say, betting wise, if you're gonna bet, I've always seen this as an investment tool, right? So make sure you're not going over what you can't. You know what I mean? Don't go over here breaking your pockets, breaking your bank just to put in a bet. If you gotta wait and sit and don't do nothing, don't do nothing. It's always gonna be a game on.
Always.
It's gonna come back around.
Yeah.
Save your money. See it as an investment. Do it the right way. As far as your pockets go at home, make sure you budgeting properly. Times is timing right now. You don't know what's going up, what's going down. The economy been crazy, so we've been spending money on groceries like a mug. I spend $800 plus a month.
Crazy.
And that's crazy. But make sure you budgeting. As far as this podcast goes, I love betting, but I see it as an investment too. So use it that way. Use it that way. Don't go too crazy. Don't try to abuse what you don't have. Right. Nice. Definitely want to thank y'all for always tuning in. We got more in store next year. I know it's early, but we really getting to it. I gotta apologize right now because it's been a lot going on for me as far as school, a new position, my kids both being in sports. So this season I wanted to turn it up, I just couldn't. But next season, we going full throttle. Yeah. That's year 4. I feel like we'll be in it. Merz is definitely coming back on the show.
Man. I'll pull up anytime, man.
But yeah, Marv, what do we got for the people?
Just make sure that you like, subscribe,
like and subscribe,
comment,
tell a friend,
tell 10,
tell 10,
tell 20,
tell 20.
Because we getting that
dog money. If you smell that grass.
We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Hope y'all get
turkey.
This money. We after.
Turkey.
Y'all have a good one, man. Great episode.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
I got a little bit here. I'll pour the last. I'll pour the rest.
Let me hit you with a little bit. Okay. No, I didn't.
Cheers, y'all. Cheers, y'all.
More life.
Hey, we gotta put Marion on my mixtape.
Man, I don't know.
It's been dropping for
you
like
went.
10 years.
You went bar for bar right now, and I just.
He don't
can't.
want to
I don't
rap.
know if I.